Bharati ji mentioned about it's a worldwide issue. Yes, it is definitely. I live in Texas, and we have acute shortage of water.
Of course.
Okay, especially when it comes, the summer hits so bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And apparently, our city, I live in a city called Plano. The city of Plano, they take a decision that the even number of houses, they get to sprinkle the water only 1 day a week, Thursday. That's it. And so then, if you want to water your lawn, for example, then you have to stand with the pipe hose, and you do it by yourself because you conserve water there. But if you
Rajiv, you're
start the
talking of
sprinkler,
Plano. Plano
yes,
has a population of no more than, I think, if I remember right, about 250,000 or 300,000 people. It's not even, by our Indian standards, it's not even a town, right?
no, I'm just giving an example
No,
how
no, I'm just
people,
telling you that we have these notions from the West of what is a city, all right? You just do
yeah,
not have the population, and then you talk about water crisis. It's gross mismanagement across the United States. 60% of United States does not have an organized sanitation system. You go to Paris, 30 minutes away from Paris, you go to what is called the Palais de Versailles, and you do not even have a toilet built in the palace in those years. They don't have a
yes,
toilet in the place in the Palais de Versailles, right?
it is what my point of saying that was the implementation of these restrictions, right, are strictly followed by individual citizens. Okay, it doesn't matter whether what class they are in, they strictly follow it because there is something called, heavy fine will be imposed if you don't follow that. Okay, and these definitely in India it is not easy to implement such things because I remember the Bangalore water crisis recently, which happened, and during the holy time, one of the family comes and asks the association president that can my daughter play holy? Can we use the water? Okay, and I mean you can see how people would behave, the middle class family itself, because they are more interested in their kids' activities because they think that it's a tradition. There is nothing against the tradition, but at least the need of our people should recognize.
Right.
Okay, and what is it? Because they don't have water to drink. People are selling the tankers. The government is BBMP was selling the Bangalore, municipality corporation. They were selling the tankers at thousands and thousands of rupees.
To share a very interesting story of how communities come together to solve the problem of the land. Rajasthan, and this comes from a professor who's been working on curating the Majoli district in Assam, which is a river island, and it's a floating, moving river island. It keeps changing its position based on the Brahmaputra. And he hails from that region, but he also was a part of this project in Rajasthan, where they developed the whole Hakdari system. So one village has farmland, and the other village has cattle. And both of them are at loggerheads because of certain land dispute, and a government, land dispute. So both the communities decided that for 3 hours a day, they will let the cattle in to graze on the farmland, and a percentage of that produce would be sent back to the village. So it is about sharing the resources. It is really finding that critical path when there's too much, lying around, there are too many pieces of the puzzle. It is really about, how do we connect? What are our reasons? What are our passions? What are our motivations? And how do we view the future? How do we find our life location in the whole spectrum of things, in the scheme of things? That's one example. The second that I personally think, and we will all point a finger to the governance, the government machinery here. But the point is, again, I would like to remind everyone, who are these people who are in the government if they're not coming out of our households? What is the nurturing that we are offering to our communities, our children, people who are not even our children, by way of examples? What are we really representing? How are we becoming the examples? Can we have our children in India take the metro and the train or the plane alone and travel from one city to the other, like they do in Japan? No, we do not have that culture. We have a culture of, we are crazy protectionists, but not for the right reasons. I think it is about really evaluating our allegiance to what do we align ourselves and what should we align ourselves to. The question is for everybody to look within, and from there, once we get the answers, it resonates. Like Mr. Mathur said, that from one community or from one household to the community, but let's not punish each other. Let us think of recognizing the good in us, the good in the other, and maximize on that. Mr. Gopal has his hand up. Please, sir.
I think I agree with you, but my point is, why are you shy from political understanding of the whole water issue?
Yeah.
Why are we looking at market mechanisms, technology, civic action? I say, right? I think we are depoliticizing and we have a vested interest in doing so. Not that we do it by design, but we are victims of that.
Correct, sir. Bilkul. Absolutely. I would not disagree with you even an iota, because this is where it starts. So think of this king sitting on his dark throne, and he's got his entire kingdom to the last mile that is following that order. And we don't see the king, but we see the guy who's coming and disturbing us. That is the whole nexus. That is the chain. To be able to reach the politician, we have to be that fearless that the guy shouldn't come and, either kill us or somebody from our family.